Alright, what's up, YouTube? Is that what I even say to start these? I don't even know. I say, hey, y'all. That's what I say on TikTok is, what's up, TikTok? I'm getting confused because I've been posting more there. Hey, y'all. Just thought I'd give a little update. I had an interview today. More like a meeting. I had a phone interview last week, really. With Rowell's Services, which does a lot of different things, but in particular, sewer and drain is what I'd be into. So let's backtrack. My business has been very quiet. I have not gotten a phone call since November 21st. That was the last inspection that I did right before Thanksgiving week. It's almost January 21st. And this is basically what happened last year. I think I did one to start out January and didn't get another call until May for a septic inspection. And just kind of seeing that trend coming around again, I was like, okay, this is a lot more like seasonal than it used to be. This is kind of where I was at 4 years ago when I was first closing the business anyway. You know, when I was closing CSE and divorcing Han, it was slowing down to the point where I was like, I can't live a full-time, this isn't a full-time income anymore. And, when I first opened my business up again, it was because I liked doing septic work, not because I wanted to work for myself. I do love the flexibility of working for oneself. But as we've gone through 2 years now, Tori and I, with this kind of like up and down of my schedule and stuff like that, and us both being self-employed, have been thinking for a while. I'm like, I feel like one of us is going to need to get like a real job with benefits and steady hours and steady income just to be able to support things, especially with Tori trying to get pregnant right now. She wants to try and take some leaps with her business, which she can't really do if I'm not able to fill the gaps. She wants to be able to hire somebody else so she can work less, but she needs to have, I need to be able to supplement more income if she's paying someone else more, So I've been looking on job boards for a while, just looking for anything really. I was like, I'll work remotely, I'll work night shifts, like something that will just at least bring in a stable income, because I can't really count on the inspections being consistent enough to like be reliable to pay the bills, And as much as I love doing it, I love supporting my family more, so that's what I'm going to focus on. And so I was looking, I spent hours on the job boards, and then I was just kind of like, let me just search the word septic. And a posting came up for a septic inspector position at Rowell Services. And I was like, hold on, this is perfect, because I can get all the things I want out of this is where I was at when I left T-Toller. Even was like, I need something with benefits, I need something with this and that. If I'm going to be expanding my family, I got to be supporting it better. So I feel like I've come full circle around. Anyway, I saw this posting. I was like, this is perfect. It's 40 hours a week, decent pay, benefits, all that. Doing the thing that I like to do. So I made up a little resume just on my septic work, sent it over, and the guy called me the next day and was like, super interested in talking with you. Give me a call back. So I called him last Friday. We talked about a lot of things. Basically told him the story. I said I started in the business, 9 years ago. Fell in love with it. Started my own company in 2020. Was doing it. Things got a little weird in 2022. I closed for a little while. I worked somewhere else. I realized I really missed it, so I came back. But I'm finding that it's not super consistent work for me. And so I saw this posting and thought it was perfect. And he was like, we had a great conversation. I'm on the phone like a half an hour. He's like, I feel like we're on the same page. I really like, I want to have you come in next week. Let's talk some more. So, he was saying we don't have a lot of inspection work right now, but a lot of the reason for that is, which he kind of explained to me today also, was that they just only have a couple guys in the whole company that are certified for it. So if they get a call and those guys are out doing something else, they just kind of say, sorry, we can't do it, because they're on a bigger job that they're needed on versus a small inspection. So he's like, we want to grow that side of things, but we just don't have it yet. He's like, I don't have a position that's just inspections to put you into, but he's like, as we grow that part, I want you to take the lead on that. And he's like, are you interested in doing other parts? And I was like, totally. Like, I really never did before, because I didn't have access to pumping trucks or, repair equipment and things like that. I just stuck to my lane. I did inspections and that was it. And part of it for me was like integrity of inspection of like, I want to be able to inspect something and not be looking for something else to be able to upsell. Um, and I think that's what's held me back for a long time from like just looking into working for someone else. I wanted to maintain that like inspection integrity of like, I don't do anything else in the business. I'm not here to upsell. I'm just, I'm here to look at it. That's the whole reason for my business name. But at the end of the day, like inspection integrity or supporting my family, I'm going to choose supporting my family. And I would be genuinely interested in learning how to repair stuff, the different kind of things they do with replacing sewer lines. Like I recommend all these things all the time and I never get to see them happen. So it'd be really interesting to me to be on the other side of it. And the good thing is like I could still do inspections with Liam Looks like on the side if I wanted to, if I get a call. I know there's a couple of realtors that I would feel bad piecing out on again after I just came back. If I did that on the weekends and stuff. The benefits are good. They pay 75% of the premium. He's gonna give me like better numbers on things. If we're gonna meet next week, he's gonna tag me in with the sewer and drain division lead, Kim, have me meet with her and talk about some more things. He's like, it's looking like probably 4 to 8 weeks from now would be starting time because it's slow right now. They're just trying to kind of like get things together. And I was like, that's fine. He's like, are you going to look for something else? And I was like, no, I will wait for this. I'm just going to keep door dashing until then. Like I'm really interested in this. So I'm not going to peace out because you're not going to hire me next week. But he's like, I probably want to get you in within like the 4 weeks from now mark where, you can get used to the schedule, get on a team, start training some of the other stuff. So that's exciting. The hours are 7 to 3:30. So every day, basic, easy. The place where like all the trucks and stuff are is in Northfield. So I think it's actually even closer than where their offices are in Belmont, but the offices in Belmont were only 21 minutes. I think the place in Northfield's probably 15. So, I don't have to get up superbly early, and they only work like locally, like Lakes region and stuff like that. Like, it's like I'm not gonna have to drive an hour and a half to go to work anymore. I was driving crazy amount of time on my own to get to places where I was getting inspections. So, yeah, he said it was great that I was certified, that I had a lot of experience and stuff like that. So, why is Boston Mass calling me? Get out of here. So yeah, it was a really great meeting. I'm feeling excited. Like, it feels like a weight off my shoulders. I have felt very weighed down by like the pressure of like, how are we going to pay to live right now? Because I'm not getting enough, I do feel a little bit like nervous. New change, is always a little bit nerve wracking, but I genuinely feel excited about it. I feel like it's a place I could work for a long time. I told him, I said, like, this is not just a pass through for me. Like, I came back and did my own business because I like septic work. I'm not tied to having my own business. So if I can do the thing I like and work for somebody else, I'm down to do that for as long as we live in New Hampshire. Like, not that we're trying to leave New Hampshire anytime soon, but, for me, it's like not just a pass through job to get by. It's like hey, like this could be the thing I do. This is the place I could work for a while. You know, Getting to work for somebody else doing the thing I really like, I think I could stick that out, especially if the inspection side grows more for them and I can be just out there inspecting. For me, a lot of the benefit is like, okay, hey, taxes taken care of, equipment all through them. I don't have to supply anything. So it's like if a camera breaks, they have to fix it, not me. If I need more gloves, they have the glove. It's like I don't have to do anything besides go and do the thing I like. I don't have to manage all the other stuff. So that's exciting. It just feels good because with Tori trying to get pregnant, she's going to be working less. This gives me the ability to be bringing in more. And, because if you look at my numbers from last year, if you add up everything divided throughout the whole year, I made less than $40,000 gross. That's not even figuring out my expenses and mileage and all of that. It's probably more like 25 once you take out all the expenses and shit. That's not a lot in this economy. So, and just kind of seeing the trend again where it's like I have 2 months, no phone calls. Like, you know, it's just, even if it gets busier, I you know, it does kind of suck to feel like I'm like letting people down again, but I would be letting down my family more if I was continuing to just like drag it out for the sake of like having my own business and whatever. I have felt like nervous to like disappoint Eric in a way because he taught me everything I know, and you know, I've always wanted to be like him, you know, have my own business, be super successful, and things are just different now. And like with him, he's got Michelle, who's got that full-time W2 job with benefits. You know, we don't have that. Both of us being self-employed, we don't have that benefit. We don't have retirement. We don't have, you know, so it's like, if I can get the thing that's going to help us be set up better for the future, then I'm happy to do that. So I feel really good about it. It's a good start to the new year. Um, yeah, so that's the big update. Is I'm going to be starting a new job, and I'm actually really excited about it. So thanks for listening, and hope you all having a good week, and I'll talk to you next time.